So do you guys regret going to college yet? You regret going to an institution that all of us learn stuff free on YouTube that you're paying for your student loans now? Have you opened up your student loan bill yet and see what you have to pay a month? Yeah, it's more than your fucking rent, isn't it? Must really suck that I've gone to college and you're thinking I'm just gonna blow off my student loans, right? Because you didn't get a job probably even in the field you went to college for. Fuck, you're probably working at Starbucks, aren't you? Aren't you? So Democrats and Republicans and Trump supporters and liberals, all in one, can you start saying that you got scammed by your college? Because now shit's getting real, because now you're getting the bills in the mail, aren't you? It's not pretty. I just seen Hello America just open up his and they want $8,000 something in 7 days. I'm sure he's feeling the fuck because he even said it. I learned more off of YouTube than I learned in college, and that's literally a fact.
That is absolutely 100% a fact. Because I learned so much stuff off of YouTube just by searching it up whenever I have a problem. I learned how to cook off of YouTube. I learned how to fix my car and my van off of YouTube. Hell, a couple days ago, I just replaced the broken mirror on my Ford Transit van. Now, it's not as straightforward as you think it is trying to pull off a mirror because for some reason I had to open up the door panel and disconnect the connector, which is weird for me because the control for my mirror is on my dash and not in the door. But I saved a whole bunch of money not going to a mechanic because if I went to a mechanic or at least a Ford dealership, it probably would have cost me $600 to replace that mirror, $450 for the mirror, and then $200 in labor, or maybe higher than that. I went on Amazon, bought the mirror for $85 and did it myself. And it works perfectly fine. So yeah, I call this YouTube University because anything you want to learn about, you can just go search them on YouTube. I learned how to do YouTube on YouTube. I learned about the best cameras on YouTube from Think Media and Tony and Chelsea Northrup. You can learn anything on YouTube. College is such a scam. Well, I wouldn't say college is a scam. It depends on what you're going to college for. If you're going to college for something stupid, it's not worth it. But if you're going to college for like to be a doctor or a lawyer, obviously you need those credentials to do that. But for everything else, you can literally learn on YouTube. And one thing I definitely learned about YouTube and college is that people go to college to be employees. People go on YouTube to learn how to do things so they can work for themselves. And that's where the money's at, working for yourself. That's just a fact.
You could go to automotive school to learn how to repair basic shit on a BMW. I know, because I learned how to do it off of YouTube.
That's right.
Maybe since everybody, Democrat and Republican alike, maybe you guys should start fucking looking at the institution and say, what am I paying all this money for? Because now it's getting real.
And a lot of y'all are going to be getting screwed. A lot of y'all about to be having to pay $3,000 a month, depending on how much your balance is. When you had the chance for these last 5 years to pay off your loans, or at least pay down your loans while they were interest free. I'm just saying, y'all had the time to do it, but instead y'all went out and lived your lives. So now it's coming back to bite you in the butt. And I do apologize if my voice sounds a bit weak. I am sick right now dealing with allergies and whatever cold I have, but the show must go on.
And the bottom of my casket will have a file cabinet for all these student loans to rest in heavenly peace. That's how much I owe in student loans. How much money?
$100,108.40. Sheesh. What the hell does she go to college for?
I owe in student loans. Now let me provide you with some additional information since I know that this video is going to go viral because people are cruel and a lot of people are going to be ready to attack me in the comments and judge me and do whatever they got to do to feel good about themselves. I am a proud 25-year-old with over $100,000 in student loan debt. I went to school. I got a free associate degree through the early college program. I then furthered my education and got 2 additional degrees. I have a bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship with a minor in management, and I have a master's degree in organizational leadership. But one...
You got to stop right here. So she went to college for free at first, got an associate's degree. She didn't say what she got the degree in. Then she goes back to pay for college to get a master's degree in entrepreneurship. What an oxymoron that is, an entrepreneurship in college. I'm sorry, she said a bachelor's in entrepreneurship and a master's in organizational leadership. Who the hell is hiring for that stuff? Who is hiring an entrepreneur? Nobody is hiring an entrepreneur. No one is looking for an entrepreneur because entrepreneurs are supposed to be making their own businesses, not working for someone else's business. See, this is why I say black women are the most educated, meaning they're the most enrolled in debt, most enrolled in school, and have the highest debt because they get the most ridiculous degrees.
Thing America doesn't know about me is that I have one additional degree that's not on file and it's not in the records anywhere, and that's a law degree. At any given point, I'm prepared to take the stand and explain why I cannot afford to pay a dime on them student loans.
Why she scratching her
Baby, you ain't
weave?
never seen a sharp, undegreed attorney like me ever in your life. It's my time to shine.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, man, but just because you think you talk stern and fast doesn't mean anything to a judge when they tell you that you got to pay off these damn loans that you took into school to take out. And people watching this video, if you have student loans that are about to get garnished, do not listen to these people on TikTok that are telling you to take all your money out of your account, work under the table, quit your job, or do anything like that. They are still going to want their money, and they're still going to find ways to get their money. You can't just go to a credit union and think that they're not going to garnish your wages still, because you still need to get paid, and you still need to use your name and your social security information to open up that credit union account. So they're going to be able to track down your accounts whether you like it or not.
We need a revolution, because what do you mean if you don't start making your student loan payments on May 5th? By the end of the summer, they will be garnishing your wages. Yeah, everybody's already drowning. Life is whooping everybody's fucking ass. And here y'all come with student loans that y'all gave me when I was 18, a child. What wages are you gonna garnish? I have nothing. Like, this has to be a joke. I feel like I'm living in the Twilight Zone. Somebody needs to come to the front of the lines. Everybody needs to stop being scary as fuck. We need a goddamn revolution. Period.
This is a typical Democrat that would vote for AOC in a heartbeat, because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the Democrat socialist bartender, sells socialism as if it's free healthcare, free tacos, free guacamole, free student loans, free homes, free cars, free everything. And the young people like this chick that lack accountability, that don't want to work for anything and want others to pay the bill, would gladly take socialism over capitalism. Why? Because they are not willing to work, not willing to even take accountability for what they have done alone. Imagine if everyone was like that. Imagine if all the homeowners, like my husband and I, just take on a mortgage, take on a car loan, have loans of, business loan, and then we just wake up one day, we see a socialist bartender,
Say, we're not
and we're
paying
like,
it.
oh my goodness, she's so right. Let's just not pay for anything. Yeah,
And the crazy part about that socialist bartender, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is that even though she makes $175,000 being a member of Congress, she still has student loan debt that she will not pay off either.
I don't feel like it anymore, because that's what AOC is saying with student loans. And this is bigger than student loans. Obviously, these people have no accountability. They don't want to work for anything. That's why they love the word that AOC and the Democrat socialists like Barney Sanders and the DSA, Democrat Socialists of America, throw out there, free, 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 free. That shows how little their IQ is, because they don't understand how economy works. Someone else is going to pay for it. Someone else, AOC, is going to pick up the tab. It's like someone went to the bar while you were a bartender. After you served them all the drinks that they wanted, at the very end, they're like, you know what? I love socialism. I don't think I should pay you anything. Not the bill and not the tip. So what do you do as a bartender, AOC? Someone's going to have to pay for it, right? The house. The house is going to have to pay for it. The owner, the business owner. In this case, the American taxpayers that want nothing to do with other people's responsibilities, but you and Democrats are making them do it when they don't pay up. Get it? Girl, get out of here with that. I was a child. Okay, you're a Democrat and you're saying that you're a child when you're 18. You can't have the cake and eat it too. Your party believes that a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old can have a sex change surgery with their body
She's
parts
going there.
because they know better. They know
She's
best.
going there.
They know that a surgery is going to be the right decision, quote unquote, when they're 8 or 10. But now, where responsibility hits, where accountability hits, where reality hits, now Democrats like you are saying, I was just a child at 18. You can't have the cake and eat it too. You're a grown adult. take accountability. And the American taxpayers voted Donald Trump in because he's a businessman, because he does not go to the socialist agenda, and he's not willing to put American taxpayers on the tab of others. We are no longer going to pick up other people's tab. We are no longer going to pick up your loans, your debt. You borrowed it, you pay it back. You have a tab, you pay it. I'm sorry to burst your socialist bubble, AOC. And Democrats that sound like this are simply making up excuses of your lack of accountability, and that you do not want to take any accountability for any of your actions. The American people are done with all that nonsense. Bye.
Whew. She said it, not me. But I don't know who would disagree with that. I absolutely don't think any of us should be paying for any of your student loans. You took out the debt, you went to college. Even though you were 18 years old, you're technically an adult. Well, I don't think 18 is an adult. I think 20 is an adult. Honestly, 18, adult at 18, it never made sense to me. I never understood it. But we're just going to leave it as it is.
What Trump is doing on student loans is literally going to crash the economy. And I'll use my personal situation to show you how. And if you're one of these people at this point who is rooting for the downfall of people who have student loan debt, you're going to find out real quick that when we go down, you're going to go down too, because that's how the economy works when no one can afford to buy and sell things to each other. Because this
You see, that's a bit of a stretch. I'm pretty sure 5 million people not being able to pay down their student loans is not going to crash anyone's economy. 5 million people out of 340 million. So 335 million people aren't going to be able to uphold the economy. Okay. Fear mongering.
is the impact just on me of what he has done. My payment is going to more than quadruple. I went to school for public health. Never in a million years would I have gone to school for public health and taken out the amount of money that I had to take out to get here if income-driven repayment plans were not an option. And he just closed the application to all of those plans. So my payment will be going from a percentage, a somewhat manageable percentage of my income every month, to the amount that will pay off my loans in the next 10 years.
So wait, she went from $250 to $900, and she says that's quadruple. Obviously, someone didn't learn anything in college, because that's not quadruple. And even though that is a big jump from $250 to $900 a month, maybe some of y'all shouldn't have bought that car. Maybe some of y'all shouldn't have bought that house that you can't afford to pay for anymore. Maybe you shouldn't have put that damn trip you just took on a credit card. Maybe you should have paid off your loans. I don't know. I'm just a messenger.
13 million people are on these income-driven repayment plans in this country and are maybe about to have their payment double, triple, quadruple. Do you not think that's going to affect the entire economy and your job too? When
Nope.
tens of millions of people cannot spend money on your goods and services anymore, this is like tens of millions of people in their 20s and 30s moving back in with mom and dad type of situation because they can't literally afford an unexpected $1,000 a month student loan payment. Most of these 13 million people would not have gone to college or wouldn't have gone to the college for the career that they went for if these plans were not available when they signed those contracts. People are not trying to dupe the system. They're not trying to get out of anything. We're just trying to pay the plan that was available when we signed this contract, which was it'll be a percentage of your income. You'll be paying for the rest of your fucking life, but at least it won't be $1,000 a month on your $50,000 teacher salary.
And you know who was responsible for the student loan crisis? It's not the student, it's their parents. Because I'm pretty sure most of us have heard something along these lines of your parents coming to you and saying, okay, child, you're now 18 years old. I'm going to give you 2 options. Either 1, you go to college and you can stay here, or 2, you don't go to college, you get out of my house and you find a job and you live on your own. It's a sad thing to say that a lot of us have heard this, and a lot of your parents are dirtbags for it. Because who would tell an 18-year-old child who just finished high school that didn't really learn anything about how life works something like that? They didn't have any guidance. Parents just let kids take out any amount of loans for literally any subject, and it's like you didn't guide your child at all. You didn't save up for your child to go to college. You didn't sit down with your child and help them pick what they think is most likely going to pay off in the long run. If they do have to take out student loans, you didn't help your child at all. Second, they turn 17, 18 years old. They're like, okay, you're on your own, kid. Good luck. That's pretty much what a lot of parents said to their child. And it's absolutely insane. And a lot of your parents are real dirtbags for it. Really. Because one of the most important decisions a person is going to make in their lives is what they're going to do for a living. And that's going to translate into how much money they're going to make. And parents just sat back and said, you pick, you figure it out. So that's why we have people that are going into stupid degrees like Beyonce studies, basket weaving, entrepreneurship, and are broke now or with a whole bunch of student loan debt. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see y'all next time.